I want to talk to you about the 3 ways you would put an attorney on your team if you're doing a short sale in California, or an attorney on your team if you're doing a deed in lieu. But let me just tell you that the analysis that I'd like everyone to know that you have to consider is, especially if you're current, because the California foreclosure timeline is so long now, because you can increase that timeline with the Homeowners Bill of Rights and AB 2024. I mean, it's very conceivable that the bank doesn't have to get your property back for a year or more. It's like a minimum 9 months and more likely a year. And you could probably even extend it out more in some circumstances. So that's a lot of time for you to get to live in the property and not pay the bank. I remember I was living in Bressy Ranch during the last short sale. And I knew, because people consulted with me, I knew they weren't making their payments, and I would see them out. I was making the most money I'd ever made in my life because I was doing short sales, deed in lieu, walkaway plans. I mean, I was making money hand over fist. It just, I couldn't believe how much money I was even making. Like 1 month, I had 22 short sales closed. Plus, I had walkaway clients. I had deed in lieu clients. It was just crazy. So I was sitting there making lots of money, and I was seeing families my size. We had 4 kids out for dinner every night at the restaurants. Like, not the same family every night, but I was seeing families I knew that weren't paying out at nice restaurants or good restaurants in the Carlsbad area, night after night. I mean, people were living well. Now, I was thinking, when they talked to me, I was telling them to save their money in case they have to reinstate their loan. I'm like, I guess they didn't listen to me here. Or, maybe some people, it was just a strategic default and they were making tons of money. And that's true. Some people kept their jobs and just stopped paying their loans. And again, that was like, back then it was probably on average $5,000, $6,000 they weren't having to pay the bank. So that's a major advantage for people. So if you can set up a walkaway plan where you can time it so you still have a pretty good chance at a short sale, you know that you're not going to owe taxes if you do it right. And that's a risk if you have recourse loans. It's a major risk if you have recourse loans, but you know the difference between recourse and non-recourse. And you're like, okay, I'm going to do this plan where, my main goal will be a short sale after I've stayed in the property long enough and not paid the bank. But I know my backup plan is if my short sale gets rejected because I've waited so long, or because the bank just says no anyway, I have a backup plan where I'm not going to owe the bank and perhaps I won't owe taxes. Now I'm ready to go. And to me, that's a super important plan. And we had that. Our walkaway plans were $1,000 to $1,500. And for instance, like if that's the type of strategy and loan workout you'd like, we can charge you the $1,000 to $1,500. And if you wind up doing a short sale with us and we get paid, we'll return your money. So it's really like, you're going to do something. You want to be protected. It seems to me that would be a really smart thing to do. Now, you could do that with us. You could do that, I'm sure, with other attorneys, but, I've got so much experience. I think there would be an advantage to you in many circumstances. And then the other thing I want to talk to you about, let's say you've got California fatigue, but you're still paying and you want out. Well, that could be a deed in lieu. I mean, a deed in lieu is a great opener to start the short sale process, but it's also just a great opener in and of itself. We're 1 for 1 in this market. We did one last month where my client was current, and we said that because we put this package together, it wasn't just a loan workout package. One of the advantages is the people on the other end of the phone, they're not lawyers, and they're frequently not in California, almost always not in California. So they're doing short sales and loan workouts all over the country. They don't realize that when you're current and you're contacting the bank, you're doing the bank a favor. You're doing their investor a favor. It is incumbent upon you to get that negotiator to understand that they're not doing you a favor because of California law. You're doing them a favor. You have to be nice about it. But if you do this right and you were to take a foreclosure, you wouldn't owe them any money and you wouldn't owe the bank any money. And they need to understand that and why. And it's really good when you can say, look, I've got non-recourse loans. And also, even after foreclosure, the IRS has said, even after foreclosure, they're not going to come after me for the taxes. So I'm approaching you with this offer. This offer is really important for your investor because otherwise, look at how much less value your investor is going to receive a year from now. and there's a tenant in the property, and we've properly leased to that tenant with a slightly below market rate because we didn't want the property to go to waste because we know banks are notorious for not foreclosing on time. I mean, like that's just one of the angles. There's so many angles for you to use. And to me, you've got to worry about bank deficiencies and proper language and approval letters. With recourse loans, you have to worry about a foreclosure having a better result than a short sale, especially if you're not insolvent or you're not going to declare bankruptcy. I I really can't think of a circumstance where you wouldn't want an experienced attorney on your team working with a good realtor, especially when, with at least respect to a short sale, it's not going to cost you anything out of your pocket. Now, can we do better as a concierge service? Can we do things while you're current? And we use our lawyering skills. We prepare a package. We leverage the law. We explain the law to the people in other states. When we get escalated up to someone who can make a decision, yes, we can do all those things. But just even straight up of a short sale, you're going to want proper language in your approval letter. Your realtor is going to make you sign an agreement that you understand that. That's what the California short sale listing agreement is. So if you read it and you understand it, you're like, I should have an attorney on my team, and I can have an attorney on my team, and it's not going to cost anything when I work with a certified underwater real estate agent. Answer, yes. If you're doing a short sale and you're working with a California certified, and you come to our website, we'll put an attorney on your team, pair them up with a realtor, and we'll make sure, I mean, you can talk to us too. We'll make sure you get the loan workout that you really want. So to me, I'm trying to make this a no-brainer. Thanks. Talk to you later. I look forward to talking with you when and if you're ready to get your loan workout done. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.